the need that is year-round, but it's even more so right now.
This holiday season, our local food banks are feeling the crunch, putting in the work to help those who need it the most.
Something as small as some vegetables or something to make a soup or something to make a small comfort meal goes a long way.
We are highlighting neighbors who are helping neighbors as the need is more dire than ever.
1 in 6 neighbors rely on us for food every single month.
How communities are coming together to bring food to Bay Area families.
This is CBS News Bay Area with Elizabeth Cook.
Well, I'm Marin Yamamoto in for Liz. The need is greater than ever this holiday season. Local food banks and volunteers are banding together to help put food on the table for those who need it the most. And just one day out from Christmas Eve, there's still plenty of work to be done today. I'm talking with the Chief Executive Officer of Second Harvest of Silicon Valley Foodbank. Well, this holiday season, we're drawing attention to the critical needs of local food banks overwhelmed by the rising demand. Volunteers in the North Bay are making sure people are not only fed, but also eating enough healthy foods. Our reporter Veronica Macias has that story.
With this mobile food truck, Rich Oliver is helping cut through barriers in his community. He's helping deliver fresh fruits and vegetables across Contra Costa and Solano County outside of health clinics, which partner with the food bank. It's eliminating time and the need for transportation.
This encourages people to come to their appointments. You know, they can have a medical appointment met and also get some good produce. And for those that are a patient of those clinics, and if they have the need, they can ask for a food prescription.
It's doctors' orders to incorporate healthy foods into our diets, yet many people don't have access to them. Food, we know, can be medicine in helping prevent so many diseases. And this is preventative care. At this mobile food pharmacy, people are helped without any requirement for identification.
And how many people in your home, babe?
During the holiday season, it's not only people in poverty who need help. There's a 20% increase in the number of families looking for some extra help, according to the food bank.
The need that is year-round, but it's even more so right now. We all hope to be closer to family, sharing meals. And sometimes just the thought of doing that is difficult.
For people like Blanca Ventura, who lost her job 3 months ago, these bags of produce are a big help to her. Her family of 5 relies on her son's paycheck now, which primarily goes to their monthly rent of $3,000.
Sí, todo está muy caro. La verdad que
Yes, everything is so expensive. We're forced to eliminate many items just to make sure that we can put food on the table and pay our utility bills, which are due soon. So we're always practically living, like they say, paycheck to paycheck.
For Oliver, this job couldn't be more rewarding, and his passion has been contagious to his group of volunteers who show up rain or shine, he says, like on this wet, cold morning.
Right here, this is how we track how many people in the families, how many people in their household. That way we know how many we're serving and how much food to bring.
For Oliver, seeing the interactions of people who approach with his volunteers makes his job all worthwhile. It's an effort, he says, for the community, by the community.
and we're just really fortunate to have them.
And it's not just the North Bay food banks. All across the map are feeling the crunch, working around the clock to bring help to those in need who need it the most. And on the day before Christmas Eve, Katie Nielsen shows us another instance of neighbors helping neighbors.
We're here at the San Francisco Marin Food Bank, and this time of year, it really is nothing more than people helping people. And a perfect example of that is the Pomeroy Recreation and Rehabilitation Center. David, you're here with us. Tell us about why you guys have been involved with the food bank for 8 years now.
Yeah, absolutely. So we volunteer to deliver food, groceries to people who need the food. And what it does is it allows our participants, a group of people we serve, to feel wanted and needed in the community. And it's their livelihood. You know, some people work for a living, some people volunteer for a living. These are part of the group that volunteer. They love to go out. People who get their groceries from these people love to see them knock on their door. And it makes them feel great, it makes us feel great, and it gets the food bank's mission accomplished.
What a win-win for everyone. Real life skills while also doing amazing things in the community. Cody, tell us about how the grocery delivery program actually helps the food bank serve some folks who maybe wouldn't be able to get food any other way.
Yeah, we're serving folks with mobility issues or challenges getting out of the house, and this brings it right to their door so that they can get food that they otherwise might not be able to get.
Now, if you want to get involved, be a part of the solution, kpix.com/give or scan the QR code on the screen.
And still ahead, local food banks are not the only ones feeding the hungry this holiday season. They're helping to connect housebound seniors and folks with disabilities to the wider world. Meet the volunteers after the break. Well, this holiday season, we're spotlighting communities coming together for our annual Food for Bay Area Families Drive. Our Marin Ayub had the opportunity to ride along with volunteers who are reaching out to help their neighbors by delivering groceries to those in need.
Addressing food insecurity, one bag at a time. The San Francisco Marin Foodbank feeds nearly 50,000 households a week. And volunteer Jenny Stewart leads up delivery runs twice a week with her team at Pomeroy Center, an organization that works with individuals with disabilities.
Everybody ready?
They have their usual routes in the city, and they've gotten to know each community they deliver to.
We are delivering to our favorite building on Shotwell. We love everybody there.
According to the San Francisco Marin Foodbank, 66% of those receiving bags of food, which is mostly fresh produce, are seniors. And 41% live with someone with a disability in their household. That's why Jenny says every delivery is critical. The team comes together with pride to spark a little hope for their neighbors every week. It also inspires them with a special sense of purpose.
We're gonna hit the 5th floor, okay? We have 503, which you're gonna do, and 501, which Fifi's gonna do, okay? Ring the doorbell first.
With food prices rising since the pandemic, having access to fresh produce goes a long way. Allie Cunningham, a building manager at one of the participating buildings, says the deliveries are especially significant during the holidays.
A lot of people, don't have like a big family, so they depend on the meals that come in during the week and stuff like that. So during the holidays, something as small as some vegetables or something to make a soup or something to make a small comfort meal goes a long way, especially with the seniors in this building.
Jenny says ultimately it's a win-win for both the volunteers and the meal participants.
And give them like a 40-pound bag of free food that's healthy. It's very rewarding. We love it.
The kind of love that keeps the San Francisco Marin Foodbank distributing millions of pounds of food each year.
And the San Francisco Marin Foodbank is asking for the public's help. They say it is critical that they raise 2/3 of their annual revenue. So far, they've raised only 80%, leaving them 20% away from their goal. December 31st is the deadline for people to make their last tax-deductible gift of the year. And in the South Bay, Second Harvest of Silicon Valley is also working hard to meet the high demands of the holidays. And to help us better understand that need, joining me now is Leslie Bacho of Second Harvest of Silicon Valley. So, Leslie, thank you for joining us. We are in the holiday home stretch right now, and people are in that giving spirit right now. So what can they do right now to help their local food banks?
Well, all local food banks really rely on the support of individuals. Most people don't realize that we get very little government support. The majority of our funding, 2/3 of it, comes from individuals. So every donation, big and small, counts. And for every dollar donated, we can provide enough food for 2 meals. So we can really stretch people's dollars far.
That is amazing. Every dollar provides 2 meals. There is something, sometimes though, a stigma around food insecurity. But who are the people that are seeking help? Who are the people that you see in the food banks now?
Well, most people are surprised that so many of the folks we serve are working. Many are working families. They're often working multiple jobs. Many are folks working in low-wage jobs and really struggling to be able to pay their rent, pay their utility bills, and still put food on the table. We also serve a lot of seniors, folks who are really trying to age in place and are living on fixed incomes. And we all know how high the cost of living is here. And with inflation and especially the high cost of food, the need for food assistance is at historic levels.
Yeah, absolutely. People don't realize maybe the person that needs help is your neighbor, your next door neighbor. So we do these food drives around the holidays, but that need this is a year-round problem.
Absolutely. The need is year round, and we really need it. It does take just the entire community coming together to make this work possible. We need people's volunteer support, but just like you said, we can also really use people's financial gifts. And right now, during the holidays, most food banks here at Second Harvest of Silicon Valley, we have a generous match going on. So it's a time you can really double your impact.
And for some people who are unable to give, you can always give the gift of your time. How important are the volunteers at Second Harvest Food Bank and other food banks?
Oh, we rely on volunteers for all that we do, both at our warehouses, helping us repack all of this incredible fresh produce that's donated to us, and also the donations we pick up from retailers. And then we also need volunteers at our distribution sites.
And finally, I know we kind of touched on this already. We're reaching the end of the year, end of that tax season. What can people do right now, and what do the food banks need the most right now?
Well, if you go to our website, you can find out how to donate. And again, right now, for every dollar donated, your gift will be doubled. And so it's a time you can really have a tremendous impact right here in your local community.
All right, Leslie, thank you very much for the work that you do, and thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Well, you can learn how to donate food or money and volunteer your time. You can use the QR code right there on your screen or head to our website, kpix.com/give. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching. You can always get all the latest headlines and weather over on Pix Plus. And remember to like and click the button on the bottom left of your screen to subscribe for the biggest Bay Area news.